successful grant writer, Superior Shelby, and I'm so blessed to have you here on this beautiful Tuesday per usual. Now, in my live streams, I'm always sharing some really great grant gems, and also in our live streams, I'm usually motivating you guys to keep kickstarting your businesses, move forward, persevere through your adversities, because listen, there's nothing better than experiencing financial freedom and just like, building generational wealth for yourself. So grants is really great opportunities that you can go for, free money that you simply don't have to pay back. And also there's no credit checks. Now I have this entire YouTube channel that I have dedicated for 6 years teaching you about grants and also teaching you about how to access them. I even have some short 5 to 10 minute videos that teaches you, the direct information. You might not want to be on these long live streams and continue to watch them. So I've given you a playlist, a dedicated playlist. It's called the Grant Masterclass. You can visit my channel. Make sure you subscribe, friend, and like and share that playlist because it's the direct information that you're most likely looking for. So come on into the live stream, friends. I do this daily live stream every day around 10 a.m. Eastern time. If it's not daylight savings, it's 9 a.m. Eastern time. And I'm always talking about how to access grants, some small business development strategies. So small business development strategies is marketing strategies, how to, do payroll, how to hire people, different tools and resources that I use that you can potentially use to help you streamline your production or your service. So we talk a lot of business on here. I'm like your business bestie. I also offer you the ability to have like a free business consultation live on these YouTubes. So that way you can have that safe space to be vulnerable enough to say, hey, this is where I am in my business and I'm looking for access to funding or I'm looking for access to understanding how this information or how things flow. So thank you so much for joining. Make sure you like the live stream so that way the YouTube algorithm can push out this good information to other entrepreneurs and startups who simply want to know the 7 steps on how to be properly prepared for grants. We're also going to go over another $100,000 grant towards the end. And of course, throughout the entire conversation and live stream, you have the ability to comment. I'll be, I like an interactive chat, so I'll be, responding to your comments and stuff. Okay, friend? So yes, this is a live stream. And if you have clicked on this live stream after I have already recorded it, I want to thank you so much for clicking because that means you're looking for this good information. And make sure you join us every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time, or that might be, 10 a.m. Eastern time now since it's daylight savings. And whatever time zone you're in, okay? So I'm a global grant writer. I've been winning millions of dollars in grants for 10 years. So you can Google me, you can find out whatever information you want to know about me. And I recently helped my client win $100,000 grant opportunity. We're going to go over a similar opportunity by the same people who provide these 100K grants. But before we get into that, I want to give you the 7 steps that you need to be active on or you need to prepare yourself for these types of grants. So are you ready, friend? Let's get into it. I'm not new to this grant thing. I'm true to it. I currently live in West Africa off of a government grant opportunity. Yes. And while the government grant opportunity was taken away from me because of whoever's in office, the simple fact that I won a $5 million grant opportunity to be able to come here to Africa and present what I have going on in my tech projects, you could do the same thing. Now, I'm not talking about government grants. I never do on this platform because I know how the government grants can be. It's very political, friend. But the grants that I'm talking about that you can win for free, no credit checks, no IDs or social security numbers needed, or you don't have to provide bank statements. I'm talking about grants that you can get from other big companies like Nike, Macy's, Google, Apple, all of these places, and also grants that you can get from your state and local funded governments. So there's some millionaires in your area and some donators and sponsors that want to be able to give small business owners opportunities so they can stay afloat and hire more people in the community. And also, you can get these grants from other private entities and private investors like, Generator, right? I talk about Generator a lot. So that's who we're going to go over the 100K grant later. Also, Hello Skip, Hello Alice, which are nonprofit organizations that provide business resource tools and opportunities for us to be able to go for. Now, we're going to get into these 7 steps, and then we're going to also talk a little bit about the 100K grant and all that stuff towards the end. So you ready? Because I want to jump right into it. Hey everybody, what's up? How are you doing? Freebands Gaming says, I need the money, Shelby. Have you been applying, friend? Have you been applying? Hey Puma Co. Thank you so much. I dropped my number in the chat. So if you want to have a $50 one-on-one consultation with me to best prepare yourself for grants and even venture capitalist opportunities, other free money opportunities that you can go for to start your business and to scale, then that number is there pinned at the bottom of the chat. You can always text grants to my number, 855-731-1487. And the link to directly book a grant call with me is in the description. So without further ado, let's get right into it because we have a good conversation that we need to go over today. Okay, friend? All right, so of course, okay, sorry. I needed to bring my slides and stuff up. Okay. All right, so the first one, let's go over this. This is really fun. Okay, for those of you who are just joining, let's get right into it, friend, okay? So these are the 7 steps to properly set up your business for grants, okay? So I asked you guys in the live stream yesterday, I said, friend, what do you want to talk about? What do you want me to talk about today? Like, what is it? What conversation do you want to have today? You all said that you want me to review and go over what the 7 steps for or some steps on how to actually build your be properly prepared for grants. Okay, now I usually talk about things like you need to have a business plan, a pitch deck, and a 3-minute pitch video or a 90-second pitch video, same thing. But in this 7 steps, I'm not only going to talk about that, but I'm going to dive a little bit deeper and give you some pro tips, some professional tips. Okay, so get ready to screenshot, friend, because this is information you don't want to miss out on. All right, how to access grants and how to be properly prepared for grants. Okay, grants is free money. So why not give yourself a chance at potentially winning free money? I don't know why most people, we'll get into the dark side of grants in a minute. Okay, so step number 1, you can screenshot this. All right, so number 1, you want to register your business officially. It's so interesting that I actually have to state this, but this is a true thing. I get this question a lot, this frequently asked question a lot, which is, does my business need to be professionally set up or officially set up in order for me to go for grants? Friend, you can still get a grant. Yes, you can, CAN. You can still get a grant even if you don't have your LLC or EIN filed. However, that will lower your opportunities. You have a higher chance at winning and more opportunities within the grant world if you already have your LLC and EIN. So you need to register your business officially. Even if you don't live in the United States, if you live in the UK, if you live here in West Africa with me, or anywhere in the world, having your business already registered towards your state or your country, whatever that looks like, you need to professionally register your business. Why? Because most grants require proof that you are a legitimate business entity. Also, when you have your business registration like already registered, it shows that you're actually committed to the idea. So do we just have an idea and you just want some money for it so you can go ahead and buy you a Benz, a Birkin, and all of these other things that start with a B? Or do you want to actually put this to use and provide jobs for other people and just be very impactful to your community and your clients? So what you need to do is file your business with your state. You can do an LLC, a corporation. If you are a nonprofit, yes, this goes for my nonprofit crew as well. You need to have a 501c3. That is the tax exempt filing that you need to have and paperwork that will show proof that this is a legitimate, professional nonprofit organization. So you also need to get an EIN from the IRS. You can simply visit irs.gov, and get a free EIN today. And then you ensure your business name is unique and available. So we all have, like, you can use namecheck.com, I believe, or .org. That's the name of it. Or if you want to, the easiest way that works for me is I go directly to my state's Department of Corporations and I search for the name of the business that I want to use. And if I don't see that name in my state, in my state Department of Corporations, okay, I think y'all need to see me. So State Department of Corporations. All right, I hope you screenshotted all this stuff. So State Department of Corporation is every state has a Department of Corporations. Ultimately, you don't have to use third-party sites like LegalZoom, Zen Business, or all those other ones like Taylor Brands and stuff. You can actually go directly and file your business through the Department of Corporations to get your LLC, INC, S corp, and also to do a fictitious name like a DBA. Okay. So each state has their own Department of Corporations. This is for the United States. Okay. So, you can visit to do a name check in your state. You can visit the Department of Corporations and you can search for the business name that you want to have and see if anybody else in your state already has that business name. Now, if the business name is already taken, but it's a different business type, then you can still go for that name and they would still approve it. For example, my business name is Superior Solutions, right? So if somebody else, most likely somebody else in the state of Florida has Superior Solutions, but you have Superior Solutions cleaning services, Superior Solutions car auto care services, Superior Solutions tech services, you know what I mean? So everybody has different business industries, so that's why I'm still able to have Superior Solutions. Get what I'm saying? So you do want to do a name check. Now the pro tip is use your articles of incorporation and EIN letter as foundational documents in every grant folder. Okay. So you need to start generating or completing like a full business document folder. Everybody should have this. Don't just have this stuff sitting in your downloaded folder. No, create a separate folder to be properly prepared, to be professionally organized, so you know that you can go to that folder and you can go and pull out the things that you need, like your LLC, EIN, some business receipts, invoices, all of those things. If you don't, then it's not, or you're not being organized, and then you find yourself just going through all these different types of um, going through all these different types of folders and all kinds of stuff trying to find things, and it just kills a lot of time when you do that. Okay, so be professionally prepared, organize yourself, friend. Okay, all right, so let's go to step number 2. So step number 2 is establish a business bank account. I get this question a lot. Do I need a business bank account in order for me to get funded by grants? Yes. Not having a business bank account doesn't show that your business is currently in operations or active. A lot of people don't know this, but the day that you open up your business bank account is the day that your business actually starts operating. Your operation date is totally different from your start date. The start date is the day that you actually got your LLC or register your company. But the operation date is the date that you open up that business bank account, okay? So why should you get it? Grant funders want to see where the money will go and proof that you're separating personal from business finances. Grants, small business grants only want to fund small businesses and small business owners. They don't want to fund you personally, that this money is not for you. There are personal grants. Personal grants are WIC assistance, as Social Security, rental assistance, utility assistance. That's what all of those are. Okay, but um, that's not what this is. Okay, you have to have a business bank account that shows that you're professional and that separates you from your personal account. Okay, so what you need to do is open up a bank account under your business name using your EIN and registration documents. In addition to this question, do you need to have a business bank account before you go for grants? Which clearly, yes, you do, because they're only the name that you put on the application. As far as your business name, that's they're going to write the check, the grant check, or the grant reward, or the ACH transfer is going to be in the business name. Okay, so you need to have a business bank account. In addition to that question, I always get, which bank should I go for? Okay, friend, a lot of people don't like to read, and a lot of people just simply don't like to do the work. So you just want me to tell you which bank to go with. Personally, from my experience, I love Chase, but you might live in one of those small towns where there's not a Chase, or there might be a Chase like hours away. You understand? So go with the business that is more convenient for you and that offers multiple incentives. Also, if you are a Black business owner, I highly recommend asking the business manager, the business bank managers, what incentives do you have as a Black business owner? Yes, I would do that simply because you might want to go for funding through that business bank. Okay. And say your business is scaling and you could use an extra $50,000 or whatever have you, right? Okay. Now, you can go to a bank, right? That is, let's say a credit union, right? A credit union in your small town. But you might be in, like, let's say, I'm just going to throw it out there somewhere in Georgia. You know what I mean? Like South Georgia. I mean, like Florida, Georgia line, like Valdosta, Georgia. You understand? Valdosta, Georgia is one of those places, as well as like the small, like the South Georgia. that's one of those places, those credit unions, they only cater to white business owners. And I'm being fully transparent. I know this because my client recently told me this. And she said she's been banking with these people for 10 years, personally and with her business. And when she asked for a simple $10,000, $20,000 loan, they turned her around. And she felt so bad about it. She felt like you guys have made enough money off of me for you to be able to not give me a $10,000. And my business shows, and I personally show I have assets, so this makes no sense. But it was a racial thing. And because we're living in times of there's no diverse equity and inclusion, you need to make sure you ask the direct questions. Don't be scared. This is you putting your business reputation and your personal reputation on the line too. So you have every chance and every permission or whatever have you, you have the right. There you go. You have the right to actually ask, what do you do for women business owners? What do you do for LGBTQ plus business owners? What do you do for Black business owners? Don't be afraid, because your money is going to be in this bank and they're going to be making money off of you putting money into this bank account. So ask the right questions. Ask them, how often do they give out loans, and what is the average amount for those loans? Do they offer business startup loans? And what does it take for you to be able to get approved for those loans? Go in there and ask questions, friend. Because if you don't ask questions, like my grandma used to say, a closed mouth don't get fed, okay? All right, so number two, we're going over to say, hey, everybody that's coming in, we're going over the 7 steps on how to be properly prepared for grants. Okay, so I'm getting through this part quickly because I want us to go over $100,000 grant opportunity too, because I want to show y'all like what that looks like, that type of application. All right, so yeah, so we got it. Everybody's good? Cool. All right, so number 3. All right, so number 3 is create a simple yet strong business plan. I say this all the time, but you need to have a business plan. Even the grant that we're going to go over, they are going to ask strategic questions and probing questions that your business plan can answer. So if you have a business plan, it can serve as an answer key for your grants that you are applying to yourself. And also, if you hire a grant writer, it will be so much easier and a great flow for your grant writers and everybody else that you hire on your team to professionally comprehend what are the goals that you should be reaching and what is the entire business mission and intentions. Okay, so having a business plan that is simple yet strong is really good. Okay, so many grant applications require your goals, growth plan, and financials. So that's why you should create one. Now you need to include your mission, products and services, market research, revenue model, and how you'll use the grant funds. Revenue model, what do I mean by that? Your revenue model is essentially how you are actually going to make money. We talked about revenue models 2 weeks ago on Monday when we went over the 7 steps to like developing or bringing your ideas to reality, right? And we talked about goal setting too. So revenue models, how are you charging your clients? Is it a monthly subscription? Is it a done for you service? Is it a product type, right? And once they purchase, then they get their product shipped to them or whatever have you, or they come physically into your brick and mortar. What does that revenue model look like? What is the average price, the lowest price, and the highest price cost for your services and products? And what are your goals? Okay. All right, so pro tip, tailor your business plan slightly for each grant to highlight alignment with your mission. All right, so that's number 3. All right, so number 4. Yeah, we're getting through it, friend. And I made it like perfect for you to be able to see. So yeah. Number 4, develop a digital presence. You gotta do this, friend. Okay, so number 4 is develop a digital presence. Why funders actually Google you. We've talked about this before. On an online presence builds credibility. So you want to do what's called Google My Business. This is free. You can do this for free. Okay, do Google My Business. Set yourself up. And create a basic website. You can use GoDaddy.com. They have AI tools like Lovable. I think I'm going to do like a masterclass on how to use like 3 or 4 different AI tools to help you generate like your business plan, your pitch deck, as well as a website. And I'll probably do another one like for social media. I don't know. You guys let me know in the chat if you would join the masterclass. You would have to pay for it because this is some good information, but I'm not going to charge like not even like $30 for the class. So, but develop a digital presence for sure. So create a basic website. You can use GoDaddy.com, a LinkedIn or Instagram business page. You need to do LinkedIn and Instagram. I'm not on Instagram. And as because for my own mental health, I decided to do Instagram hiatus. I actually find a lot of you guys find me through YouTube. So YouTube is my choice, but LinkedIn for sure. And then like another social media platform you would like to, scale and ensure consistency in branding, right? So logo and messaging, right? So my logo is everywhere. You'll see the double S's everywhere. Even I'm so consistent in my branding that I even wear blue, right? If you guys don't know, blue is my favorite color. So like I wear blue. I usually have my shirt on that has the double S logo. I'm very consistent in my branding. Anywhere and everywhere I go in the world, you will know, you will be able to identify me, the girl on YouTube, because you will see my double S or whatever have you. So you want to be consistent in that, okay? And your messaging, right? What's your business mission? Okay, so let's move forward to number 5. We're getting through this really good. All right, so number 5 is organize key documents in a grant folder. Now you can call this a grant folder, but in my downloads on my laptop, I call it business folder. I think everyone should have a business folder, like I stated earlier, that has your business registration, your EIN number, your LLC operating agreement, if you have like a shared LLC or a partnership, business plan, your pitch deck, profit loss or startup cost sheet, photos, links, or brochures. You want to have your own business folder. You can go to this business folder that will allow you to be more effective and efficient when you are going for funding and when you are trying to market your business. Okay, so having all of these things, key documents inside this folder will help you become more organized. Okay, so definitely screenshot this. Okay, so we're going to go number 6, and then we have one more. All right, so number 6, this is one that I'm surprised I don't really get this question a lot, but I think that this is additional information for my US based clients that and my friends here in the US, right? That you guys are in the US. I'm not in the US, but you guys are in the US. You need to understand your what's called industry codes. All right, so NAICS and NIGP. So some grants are coded by industry or sector. Now, these are only high ticket government funded grants. High ticket government funded grants are going to request that you know your NAICS code or NIGP code, okay? Your NAICS code is what determines what your business industry is and what your business does. So you can look up your NAICS code, and you can simply Google that and it'll come up, and understand what it says about your business category. This helps with local and federal grant alignment. If you are going for government funded grants, whether that's local or federal, you need to know what your NAICS code is, okay? All right, you need to know exactly what that is. Like I said, a NAICS code is like a 9 to 12 digit code that identifies what your business industry is. You need to know this, especially for those of you who want to go for government contracts. You will need this when you are signing yourself up for sam.gov so you can start bidding for government contracts, okay? So this is a gem. All right, and last but not least, you need to craft a 90-second elevator pitch video. I say this all the time, but here is the 4 key points that you need to have in your pitch video. If you don't do anything else, screenshot this, because you guys ask me this on live all the time. What is it that I need to have in an elevator pitch? And this is everything that you need to have, okay? All right, so everything that you need to have is in here. You'll often be asked, tell us about your business and why you need this grant. This will always be inside of your grant application. Tell us about your business and why you need the grant. Okay. So what you need to do is practice a 90-second video pitch. So what you need to answer is what you do, who you serve, why now, and how this funding helps. Okay. Yes. You need to explain what you do. What is your product and service? Who do you serve? Who is your target audience? Why now? Okay. What I mean by why now is, why is your product or service needed? What is the main problem, and what is the solution? So why is the solution needed in the market, right? Why do people need your solution? And then how this funding will help. Explain in steps. Explain in steps. Right now, I'm building a whole new business plan for a new tech idea. And so this is even right on spot for me. Okay. All right. So I hope you guys got this and screenshotted this. When you guys ask me what needs to be in my 90-second or 3-minute elevator pitch video, this is everything that you need. Okay. Everything that you need. All right. So bonus tip. Don't wait until you see a grant to get ready. Stay ready. Don't wait until you see me talk about 100K grant, $1 million grant, $2 million grant, and then you all of a sudden you want to get ready. Scrambling, just scrambling. Friend, don't you know what they say. I don't have to get ready because I stay ready. I want y'all to be the same way. Create a grant ready checklist and update it monthly so you're always prepared when the right opportunity appears. Remember, yesterday we talked about visiting grantwatch.com and generating your own grant spreadsheet. This is what I mean. Get grant ready. Listen, if you stay ready, you don't got to get ready. And getting ready is just wasting time. Okay. So you can hire me to write grants for you. You can book a one-on-one grant call. My number is at the bottom of the chat. It's pinned there. And also you can visit my website. The link is also in the description. So that way it will be easier for you. Now I did a full article. If you guys follow me on medium.com, I did a full article on this and I added some additional like steps and tips in there. So you definitely want to read my article on medium.com. Some extra tips, like we're talking about how you should use a professional email address, what that should look like, how you should set up a business phone number, some testimonials, how to track your growth and all that good stuff. So that's all inside of my medium.com article. Okay, so if you guys follow me on medium.com, the link is also in the description. Then you'll have access to that article and then we'll be able to take it from there. Okay. All right. So, what questions do I have so far about what we just talked about? Because I know y'all got some questions. I know y'all got some good questions. So let me check and see what's going on. Let's see. What do y'all have to say? Um, Thanks, Mom, for the active YouTube live. I love the connect. Awesome. Hey, how's it going, Dennis? Hey, GW Wood. Your advice is always on point. Thank you so much. That was one topic I was wondering about. How much can we use AI for business / grant work? I'll join the class. Yeah. So Puma Code X. So I want to reassure you that you do not, NOT, you do not want to copy the question and put it inside of ChatGPT and copy the answer from ChatGPT and paste it inside of the grant application. That's a big no-no because they have AI detectors called Zero GPT and so many others that they will literally read your application. They download your application, right, that you submitted, and they will read your application by uploading it to this AI detector, and it will be able to determine if you use AI to help you answering the questions. Grantors do not like you using AI because they feel like this information is it's too like it's coming from the robot. It's not coming directly from the business owner who's expressing their compassion about what they're doing. So you do not want to use AI when you are, submitting your answers for the grant application. Now, you can use AI to help you with developing your business pitch deck and also with doing a pitch video script and also with helping you develop your business plan. You can use AI for that. And you know, that's those are like separate documents. But as far as submitting the application, you do not want to use AI. Hello, Renee. Good morning. How are you? So yeah, that's that. Any other questions? I hope this was really good. Like we went over the 7 steps, the main things you need to have before you go for a grant. I think this was really good and reassuring. I don't know. I forgot who asked me to go over this yesterday, but I hope that she is joining. Hey, Patrina. I hope that she is joining because we had one of our persons to ask me to do this for them yesterday. Okay. All right. So Patrina says, if I'm selling a service and primarily get revenue from being a contractor, do I still need a website? I'm a notary. Yeah, you definitely need a website. So, and I understand the mindset behind not thinking that you don't need a website simply because you're contracted, but I'm pretty sure contracting is not the only way that you want to be able to gain clients. So you also want to be a reputable company. So having a website is going to allow you to have validation. You understand? So yes, every business needs a website. Even if you think about it, right? You might think Uber, you might think Uber does not need a website because everybody is using Uber as an app. But Uber has a actual website. Want to know why? Because it validates their mission. It validates all of what they do. Okay. It validates all what they do. FYI, Puma Cotin. Sorry. Okay. That's what the X means. And sorry about that. So yeah. Any other questions before I get into this? Now I went over the Bronze Valley Accelerator program. It's still available. You have about August 10th to submit your application. I already helped one of my clients win this 100K opportunity. So you definitely want to get in where you fit in. We'll go over the application right now, the $100,000 Bronze Valley Accelerator. And we'll talk about what this looks like. And yeah, all right. This one is for fall. So, like I said, you have by August 10th. The program starts October 1st and it ends December 19th, 2025. Okay. So, let's go over it. For those of you who have those questions of what's the turnaround time for grants, you have to give the grantors at least 30 days to review your application and to choose the best candidates out of all of the competitors. Grants are competitive, so that's why you need to have these 7 things and these 7 steps done that I just went over, so that way you can increase your chances of winning. You are worthy of this free money, friend. If you're already feeling like, oh, I don't know, I don't think I can do this, friend, scared money don't make no money. How long you gonna be scared? You gonna be scary when we trying to shop with you. You gonna be scared when somebody call you a scam and you know you for a fact fulfilled their order or you for a fact fulfilled their service. Like, come on, you can't be scared. You gotta be tough out here. Okay, you gotta be aggressive about your business mission too. All right, if you do business part time, are we still able to apply for grants? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can still go for grants. Yeah, you can still go for grants. Absolutely. Yeah, you just simply need to explain how you would use the money. I mean, you're a notary, right? So it's like, oh, if you decide to say you want to do, you notice that majority of your clients are, are you're trying to reach an audience where people can possibly physically come in and get notaries and also, get help with taxes and all kind of stuff all in one place. Then if you want to open up your own brick and mortar, then you want to state that in your business plan, right? So that's what it's all about, explaining how you would use the money. Yeah. hmm Essentially, that's what it's all about. All right. So, any last minute questions before we go over this 100K grant? This is by Generator. If you guys don't know, Generator is an accelerator program. They are an investors group as well. So a lot of the times they invest 100K in our ideas. And what I like the most about Generator, the investment group, is that you can be a startup to be able, and you don't have to have made money in your business. You just need to provide like how you're going to make traction. So having a business plan and a pitch deck will definitely help you out with this. And one of the steps that you have to take in winning is also providing a pitch video and doing a one-on-one interview with one of their directors. Okay, so you need to be properly prepared for this. That's why I said you need to practice the pitch video. You need to practice the pitch deck. You need to practice and you need to know exactly what your business mission is. Don't just be having ChatGPT create all this stuff for you and you just like let it sit there and collect dust. And a lot of y'all been doing that. And I'm disappointed. A lot of y'all been using you just got stuff just sitting there and you haven't submitted no grants, but you've been watching me all year. We in the second half of the year. You ain't submit not one grant. And if you submitted one grant, you only submitted 1 to 5 grants, maybe 10, but you didn't do 30 grants a month or 1 grant a day. No, friend. Like you got to really put the effort into it. If you aggressively need this money and you keep commenting on my videos saying, I need money, I need funding, then do you really? Because I'm out here winning these 100K grant opportunities and we applying the grants on a consistent basis. So I'm confused. I'm here to tell you the truth. You know what I mean? I'm here to tell you the truth. I'm like your business bestie and I'm definitely going to hold you accountable for what you say on my live stream. You know what I mean? All right. So let me go ahead and share with you all. You can visit generator.com. That's GEN, G as in good, ENER, the number 8, TOR. Okay. So this is it. Go ahead and screenshot this. If you are not ready for this type of funding, don't even waste your time. All right. But I'm going to go through the application so you can see what these types of grant opportunities and accelerator program opportunities are looking for. So Bronze Valley Investment Accelerator, the Bronze Valley Investment Accelerator invests up to 100K in high growth startups. All right. So Bronze Valley Investment Accelerator invests up to 5 companies per year in addition to 100K investment. Each participating startup will receive 12 weeks of concierge and mentorship-based programming. I don't understand why people don't like the idea of doing a 12-week mentorship. Help me out in the chat. What is the reasons for why most of you all, which are startups, why actually it's statistically proven 70 something percent of y'all actually don't go for a startup and small business coaching and mentorship? I want to know what is the mindset behind that. I really do, and I'm being genuine. I'm not being condescending. I'm not being mean, but I'm genuinely asking. So please put it in the chat. Have you been like burnt out before? What is that? What was the problem with that? Because I really want to know. Because I'm out here trying to do coaching, and it's like people ain't trying to. Y'all ain't trying to do it. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out what's going on with that. All right. Application deadline date is August 10th, so you have that. And like I said, the program kicks off October 1st, and then December 19th is the program end. So yeah, that's how it is. So let's take a look at the actual application, and then yeah, so y'all can see like what these applications be looking like. I mean, 100K. You need to know what these applications are asking for, okay, what they're looking like. So, Bronze Valley Accelerator Alabama application form. So you don't have to be in Alabama. That's what I love about Generator, the investment corporation. You do not have to be in Alabama as long as you are a United States-based company. You can apply. This is a nationwide opportunity, okay? Now, to reassure my people who are not in the US, because yes, I have clients that are in the UK and here and that live here in West Africa with me. Okay. For those of you who don't know, I don't live in the United States. I moved outside of the United States 3 years ago, and it's the best choice I've ever made in my entire life. No, I do not want to come back, respectfully. Okay. I'm living my best life out here in the world that God has given me dominion over. Okay. So for those of you who are looking for global opportunities. When you come here, you can click on investment accelerators, right? That's like I just did. Scroll down, and there is a tab for a section for global. Okay, so Kirkle Accelerate, Generator Luxembourg, so that is the UK. Generator Great Lakes Innovation Accelerator. Okay, so you do have some global opportunities for you as well. Okay, for those of you who are in Canada, if you are in the UK, if you're in like a different country, Generator gives out accelerator opportunities and programs to international ideas as well. Keep in mind that you can go for these types of opportunities, these $100,000 opportunities. You can go for them even if you have not generated revenue, okay? But if you have generated revenue, congratulations. You probably are increasing your chances of approvals here. All right, so let's go through the application quickly and then drop your questions in the chat. Okay, good question. Can you comment on how to tell if a grant is a good fit beyond basic requirements? So it's all in what your mission is. I'm going to answer that question as soon as we get through because that's a really good question, Puma and Koten. So I think that that's a really great question. So yeah. All right. So please select which program you would like to apply for. Obviously, we're going for the Bronze Valley Accelerator. You put in your first and last name, email, phone number. If you have a LinkedIn account, copy and paste the link, put it here, your city, state, and country. And then what your company name is. The first half of this application is pretty simple. If you don't have a business website, you can put in not applicable, okay? Just like that, NA. You can put it right here. Now give them a description of your business. What is your product and service? 3 to 10 sentences. Describe your business model. How does your business make money or intend to make money? Or intend to make money reassures you that you don't have to have made money in your business in order to qualify for this $100,000 accelerator program, okay? Do you have any customers? Yes or no? Is the company generating revenue? Yes or no? Okay. Um, let's see. Competitors. Who are your competitors? Competitors could be other companies working with the same customers, providing similar solution, or both. Even if there aren't any obvious competitors, sometimes the status quo can be the biggest competition. So if you're selling like gym wear, Lululemon is a status quo. If you are selling shoes and tennis shoes, I mean, Nike could be like, a status quo. They could be Nike and Reebok, right? All right, so who's your team? So tell them about your team. What are the backgrounds and skills that you have or to make your company a success? Have you hired people on your team? And also, what does that look like? Okay. What are the qualifications and skills that do they have to make sure that your company is a success? Okay. Traction. All right. You can include revenue generated in the last month, revenue generated in the lifetime of your company, monthly revenue growth rate, number of customers, notable customers, number of paid or unpaid pilots. Okay. So traction can also be if you invested into your marketing strategy and have you been able to get like at least one or two sales from that. If you haven't generated revenue, then you can respectfully put in how you plan to gain traction. Okay, so that could be your monthly revenue growth rate. What are the goals for your monthly revenue growth rate? So we plan within our first 30 days of making 1,000 USD, and then over time we want a 25% growth every month for the first year of our business life. Okay. Industry. Which industry groups describe your company? This is very easy. You're just going to put in what your business industry is. There's so many here. All right. Biotechnology, construction, consumer services, consumer goods. It can even be trucking and transportation. Okay. So you can put that in there. Give them up to 15 keywords that narrows down exactly what your business does. How many full-time and part-time employees do you have? You write the number there. Investment stage. So are you pre-seed, seed, CA? If you guys don't know, just put not sure or not applicable. If you've never received any investment or if you haven't even, you invested into your business as of yet. So yeah, all right. Funding to date. Have you gotten like a SBA loan? Any other grants? Any other rewards and charitable gifts? You can put that in there. Are you currently fundraising? Yes or no? Now, here's the fun part. You need to upload your pitch deck and your executive summary from your business plan. Yeah, 100K. They are asking, like, they want serious entrepreneurs. So here's where the probing questions come. And this is where having a business plan will truly help validate the reasons for why you need to have this free money. Okay. So, what are your biggest challenges besides funding? Because clearly you're going for this application, you need funding. Besides funding, what are the biggest challenges facing your company now? It could be hiring people, it could be skill development, it could be your marketing strategy is not working. So, you might need help in that area. It could be networking connections. It could be you, like our friend who has the juice bar, right? It could be that you want to commercialize your product and you need to have a commercial kitchen, or you need to have the leasing the money to lease for a year at least for the commercial kitchen. It could be you need some supplies and equipment to be able to be more effective and efficient so you can take on more orders or more clients, right? So what is your biggest challenges now? Program goals. So if you were to be selected for the 100K, in addition to the 100K, they're also going to give you 12 weeks of mentorship. What are the top three objectives you would like Generator to help you achieve? So if we're looking at this entire opportunity as a whole, what are the top three things that you want them to help you with? If you need help with a marketing strategy, then that's where the 12-week concierge program can come in. Mentorship, sorry, the 100K, you will be able to effectively hire a team and have the necessary means to, buy your supplies and equipment. And also, you might want to be paired. Might want to be paired with a really good networking opportunity, so you can go for those high ticket clients, right? So, program goals. All right, reason for selection. So, why should you be selected for the program? In what ways can they help you, and what are your goals? All right, so and that's pretty direct. And yeah, just putting some demographics about yourself. What are your pronouns? He, she, they, or them. Are you, your ethnic group? Other demographics, which CEO demographics, that would be you, or you don't even have to fill that out because, yeah. Referral service. So how did you hear about it? You can put in YouTube. So scroll all the way down and click YouTube. Are you at Alabama HBCU? If not, then just hit no, but this does not decrease your chances of winning. Have you participated in any previous generator programs? You will just put in if you have, yes. If not, scroll down and click on none. Agree to the terms and conditions. All right. And definitely want to click the check boxes and then simply apply. So our friend says, can you comment on how to tell if a grant is a good fit beyond the basic requirements? This is how you can tell. All right. So it will give you terms and conditions. So like terms and conditions, you can go through that. That will reassure you on exactly how this program is grading you and what that looks like. Um, and it'll also reassure you on exactly how you should properly prepare for it. Um, and you have to also ask yourself what type of grant opportunity you want to go for. I think that most people like to hear, oh, only go for grants that take you 5 minutes, and only go for grant applications that are 2 minute applications or 30-second applications. But go for the grant that really serves your business mission and that makes sense for your particular mission and what you're trying to do. So you need to dive deeper into the grant rules and the grant terms and conditions, and then you can determine on whether or not you want to move forward with applying to that opportunity. Also, it's free money. You're not wasting your time. It's free money, so why not just go for it? If the grant says that it is looking for Black business owners, minority business owners, and if you read the grant rules, it might say we're looking for minority business owners, but you have to be in business at least 2 years and provide these type of documents, and you might not have them. Well, reviewing the grant rules would reassure you on exactly what they're looking for and how they're like how they're judging you and how they're going to choose a winner and how many winners they're going to choose, right? So yeah, I believe that every grant opportunity is a great opportunity, is a good fit. So yeah, determining on whether or not it's a good fit for you specifically. Think about what your business mission is. Does it align with your business mission? And does it align with you? Is it targeted for you as the entrepreneur? Like I said, if it's a minority grant opportunity and there's no specifics on what type of industry you need to be in, and you've read the eligibility requirements and you qualify and you've answered yes to every eligibility requirement, then it's a good fit for you. Okay. So I hope that answers your question. Dave says, what about minority business grants? Yeah. So what are your questions about them? There's definitely grants out here for minority businesses. There's tons out here. So, what are your questions about that? And so we just went over a really great 100K opportunity. All right. This is really dope. We got like 15 minutes left in this live stream. So tell me, what are your questions? What are your concerns? And remember, I asked a question earlier. Why is it that like 70 something percent of y'all, I think it's 78, but 70 something percent of y'all as startups don't go for mentorship, not even the free mentorship that the SBA or the Small Business Development Center offers. Why don't you go for them? And also, why is it that 85% of y'all don't go for grants? I would love to know the answer to that genuinely. I'm giving y'all free game, so give me free game at least and tell me like exactly what's the reason. If you could reciprocate the energy, friend, and tell me why is that, If some of y'all like, honestly, I don't even know, then, just be honest with me, friend. This is a safe space. But just tell me, like, I really want to know, right? Because when I started my business, I used all the free opportunities that I just always wanted to make sure that my business flourished and that I was able to gain the clientele that I'm looking for. And even now, I'm still building, right? I'm still building. So I still use those resource tools that I used back in the day, and even some new resource tools and new apps and stuff that are like community driven and that brings all of the business owners and startups together, right? So I just want to know like, if you guys can help me answer those questions for sure, please. But we went over some good stuff today. We went over 7 steps on how to properly prepare for these grants. All right, so don't forget about what we went over today. I hope y'all screenshot it, and so that way you can reassure yourself on what you need and also execute. Don't just screenshot, but also execute on it too. Yeah. So what questions do we have? I'm gonna let y'all write it. My hesitation is knowledge. The more I learn, the more I find I don't know. I understand. I used to be that type of person. I used to be the type of person that kind of felt like, dang, I didn't know that. So I just felt like kind of paralyzed. I got paralyzed at one point in time where I just kept watching YouTube videos and kept watching YouTube videos and kept watching YouTube videos. And the more, like you said, the more you learn, the more you find out you don't know. But then I was paralyzed for over a year doing that and actually not executing on my business ideas. Yeah, like when AI became a thing after 2020 and we started getting into this AI world, I just was learning so much. Oh, here's a new platform, a new AI tool, a new this, a new that that came out seemed like every day. But then it didn't allow me to actually execute on my AI and tech ideas that I had that will be very revolutionary to the startup business and startup funding world, as also fintech world. So I'm like, if I keep watching these YouTube videos, I'm essentially is no different from me scrolling on social media and I'm seeing other tech startups and tech innovations continue to develop. And then before you know it, somebody's going to develop my idea when I actually need to execute now. So experience is the best teacher. So don't allow the knowledge that you feel like, oh, I don't know. You're not going to know it all up front. So definitely go with the flow, execute on the knowledge that you have right now, and be able to build. And as you are experiencing, it's going to continue to build your business acumen, your character. It's going to make you more responsible, more accountable. And it's going to also help develop your discipline and willpower to be able to execute. So if you continue to sit and watch videos, if you continue to join different groups and you know they're sharing all this information, well, what you find out is it's actually becoming a distraction from you actually executing. And that's a cunning way that, you know what I mean, like like I ain't gonna say the devil, but that's a cunning way that a different way that you can be distracted and not actually execute on your gifts that God gave you and the ideas that you have been given to as well. So definitely, execute whatever knowledge you have now. If you've been sitting on this knowledge for years, you have a big legal pad full of to-dos that you haven't even executed on because you keep adding and adding and adding to it. Let's just go ahead and clear off that to-do list starting today, and no more hesitation. All right, because as soon as you hesitate, somebody else gonna come, and trust and believe God don't give you the only, as you are not the only one that has the ideas. Me trust me, I have seen someone actually had my idea and I was in the same position as you, hesitating on the knowledge that I already had and then not moving forward because I felt like I didn't have enough knowledge to be able to move forward, aka I didn't feel worthy enough or knowledgeable enough to be able to move forward. And what happened was I found that another Black woman actually developed on the idea that I already had specifically for grants. And guess what? And now I'm watching her make millions of dollars off of this idea. Yes. You know the depression that I went through behind that? Don't even put yourself through it. So let's just get to it, okay? Because you don't want to see somebody else live out your dream. It's not fun. Okay, Dave says, I'm still building on my new business. I booked a call so I can explain everything. Okay, that's awesome. I can't wait to meet you. So this will be cool. But Trina says, I went through the SCORE mentorship years ago and felt because my business provides a notary service, it wasn't important to them and there weren't any mentors in my field. SCORE pushed for me to get a loan, and I was just starting out and wasn't ready for a loan. Totally understand. Very important for you to do your research before you decide to push forward with a business development or mentorship, because there are some that at towards the end that's what they want you to do. They're pushing for you to get a loan. SCORE is a sponsor to a few like loan opportunities, and also they are they have collaborative efforts and partnerships with other loan lenders. Okay, so that is why that they push you to get a loan, because they're partnered with it. And if you get a loan through any of their partners, then guess what? They get the donations from that, right? So that's pretty much why. But there's other mentorship that you can go for out here that is affordable and that will still help you in your small business development process. So you can still go for you can still go for those opportunities where they would help you with your business model. They would help you with, increasing your revenue goals and how, and explaining to you how you can reach that, giving you a marketing strategy that will actually work and that will help walk you through that strategy. And also, if you're looking to hire people or if you're looking to incorporate AI so you don't have to physically be at your business all the time, then there are mentorships that you should gain. And you just need to sit back and think about, like, what are my goals for my business? Even though, Patrina, I know that you're doing your business part time, you need to think about, what are the goals that I have for my notary business? And do some research. How much can a full time notary make? You understand? What is the average that y'all make on an annual basis in your particular state, in your particular zip code or city? And then also take a look at the top 3 notary companies in your city. This is some market research you need to do, because then that's going to reassure you on what your revenue goals should be. Um, and how you plan to be different from your competitors, right? Because the top 3 notary places that you would find on Google or through TikTok or through social media will be able to tell you, like, what's going on. And then you can be like, okay, well, the other notaries, what they don't do is they don't provide estate planning, they don't provide marital counseling, they don't provide, childcare services or parenting mentorships, whatever the case may be. So whatever that lifestyle, those skill development things, and just judging based off of the clientele, the type of clientele you want to reach, right? Aside from your already contracts, because you're doing you're a contractor, but aside from those client types that they give you, you going on your own outside of the contracts, you need to think about, what are the client types that you want to get. If it's mainly you want to do notary services for marital reasons. So if someone's getting a divorce, or if they're actually getting married, or if somebody is starting a family is going to develop their own family business and they need a notary for their partnership agreement, right? So whatever that looks like, if you want to target small business owners, and startups and tech developers who need these documents notarized, their business documents notarized for partnership agreements and content agreements, NDAs, all of that good stuff. So if you want to target that audience, well, what is going to be the additional incentive that you're going to give them that will draw more people close to you? You understand? So think about that. And maybe you've been doing it part time because you haven't been able to really see the full benefits of how much you can make in a year. So definitely reassure yourself. Okay. My pleasure. I really do appreciate y'all answering my question, because I just kind of wanted to know, why is it that most startups don't go for, funding opportunities, or not funding opportunities, grants specifically, and also why most of you guys um, don't go for, it's in the back, that don't go for mentorship. You know what I mean? Like, what's the mindset behind not going for mentorship? And it's really cool to have somebody to, like, walk you through the entire process. But believe it or not, I have clients right now. I ain't gonna name no names because some of y'all actually watching, you know who you are. But I have clients that do have booked consultations with me. I've given you your entire execution strategy and steps, and I've given you these steps at the beginning of the year, and now we're in the second half of the year, and you still working on the top 5 steps that I gave you. Um, Life is always gonna life. You're always gonna go through your own challenges, but in the days and in the weeks that you're not having any challenges, that's where you want to prioritize those things. It's not like you're going through a divorce every day. You understand? The days that you're not going through that and you're feeling good, and you're not going through your mental stress from that, definitely want to. And what I mean by going through a divorce, I mean physically going to court and trying to handle that. You understand? The days that you are feeling good, and you're on your high horse, you're good energy. That's when you want to prioritize and get these things knocked out. But I think that when we're in good energy, what we do is we prioritize going on business, not business trips. Y'all not even going on business trips, but y'all prioritize going on vacations and paying for cruises and you know taking yourself out to eat, and you haven't even done anything productive for your business at all. Also, I have some clients that have, you've only booked one consultation with me, you got your execution strategy and steps, but you will email me or you will text me, what is it that I need to do, or you'll ask me questions. Instead, it's best that you book another coaching with me so that way I can thoroughly explain to you and motivate you to get these things done as soon as possible. If I just answer your question via email or I answer your question in a text message, then guess what? You're not going to prioritize it. It's just like a regular text message is going to just go right out the window, and you'll come back to it whenever you feel like it. Your business, that is so not fair to your business. That is not fair to your business at all. That's not fair. That's not fair to your business. That's not prioritizing your business. And that's simply just, it just shows that you might not be ready to really take this thing serious. Okay. So yeah, that's it. Drock says this is available for felons. Grants don't ask if you're a felon or if you're ever, like, they don't care about that. They don't care about that. If you are a business owner, this is not a personal grant situation where it's a federal government funded opportunity like WIC assistance, rental assistance, um, or anything like that. Like rental assistance, utility assistance, like they need your social security number. With these small business grants and grants for startups, you're the entrepreneur. They just simply want to know, do you have a good idea, and is it going to make money if we give you the money to make it happen? Simple. Okay. Um, they don't care. But like in business, nobody cares about you being a felon. Look at Donald Trump, who's now the president of the United States, who's a 36 count felon. Yeah, like if you are insecure about that, you definitely need to reassure yourself about who's the president right now. Simple, simple, simple. Drock says, "Okay, I'm locked in with you." I mean, it's just really simple. That's not, y'all know. Like, remember I talked about giving grace. Not everybody thinks in the same way, so I totally understand. But yeah, you gotta think in that way. Like, don't be insecure. That was like the early 2000s, possibly, but before you even went into prison. Yeah, those were the days where you needed to have like a degree, and you needed to have all of these credentials in order to be accepted. But no, in 2025, where everybody's job is on the line and it about to be cut because of AI, you better get in where you fit in. Nobody care about you having no felon. If you know how to do electric work, if you know how to do plumbing, if you know how to do real estate development, and rather you was a 17 count felon, whatever, blah, 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 but you don't have to do these physical things that they have not created robots to do yet, you better go get that money, because I think those are like the top jobs right now in trades that don't have that a lot of people don't have like certificates for, but they are making the most money. Plumbing, when I come back to the US, I'm definitely connecting with my uncle. I'm connecting with like some other people that I know that's from like Haiti and from Jamaica, like some of my friends. I just asked them, like, you know how to do some plumbing? I plan on opening up this plumbing company. I'm planning on opening up this plumbing company. And I was wondering, you don't gotta do it. I'll just provide the jobs for you. Everything will be on the app. Just get on the app, wake up the next day and see what your service is. That's all you doing. And you go to these people's house and do the plumbing. That's it. But you open for it? No, you're not going to partner with me. You're going to be employed. You're going to have professional employment, which is going to allow you to move forward and build your credit and do all that stuff. Get you a new apartment, new car loan, whatever you're trying to do with your life. I don't care. That's your personal business. I want to open up a plumbing company. Why? Because I know everybody needs plumbing. And I also know that majority of y'all don't want to do that. That's one of those boring businesses nobody wants to do. Remember, people used to talk about boring businesses like coin laundries and storage facilities. You want to know why you kept seeing a storage facility being developed in your town, like 10 of them all at once? Because they know the real estate market. They understand that rent will continue to increase, and more people are going to be moving out. More and more people are going to need to place their things into a storage facility, and they're not going to have any place to stay but in multiple Airbnbs. And there's a storage facility in Broward County right there off of I think what is that? What is that? I think that's Sunrise Boulevard. And it's right there before you're going towards downtown for Lauderdale. It's right there. I remember when they was building it. When they first built that place, they started like 2018, 2019, and they built it, right? But nobody really paid attention. Nobody paid attention to it. It was just like, okay, whatever. It's nice, new facility, new building, whatever the case may be, right? Before you know it, I promise you, now to this date, there is no spaces in that place. A lot of people got went through the housing, what is it? Not evictions, but a lot of people got evicted. A lot of people went through y'all know what I'm talking about, where they got kicked out of their houses because they didn't pay taxes. Oh my gosh, why can't I think of the name right now? But yeah, a lot of people went through like housing issues, okay, in South Florida. So it's a lot of people that use that place, right? They was doing a special. You get like 2 months at like 50% off or something like that, okay? Foreclosure. That's what they was going through. Foreclosures. All right. So they was going through foreclosure challenges. So a lot of people in South Florida went through foreclosure, specifically Broward County for sure. A lot of people who was going through foreclosures was um, Latin Americans or Latinas and Latinos, Caribbean people, and Black Americans for sure. Okay, but just all people. Okay. So boom, that place that they developed in 2018 that nobody really thought about making money, a storage facility, and they built it up. They didn't build it like U-Haul does, it's no, it's a refrigerated, air conditioned, closed in. It looks like a big building. Huh? Yeah, earlier. A big building, and it's taking in all. Like it's fully booked now. People used to think like, oh, why would at the time they built this, which was before COVID. At the time they built this, I remember my boyfriend at the time was like, that's a stupid business to get into. At the time, we was going through our own things with doing our whole trucking company and all that stuff, right? So we thought, oh, trucking was the thing, blah blah blah. Like that's so dumb for them to do, like to build this right here in this particular area. Yeah, okay. You thought they were stupid. They knew exactly what their market was. They did market research. They made sure that they were on top of exactly what the housing market would look like within the next 5 years. They knew that that was not going to be a bad investment. And look, they have made all of their money back from developing that storage unit and then some. Profits is profiting. But that's one of the businesses that a lot of people don't want to get into. Storage facility. A storage facility. Yes, so many people went through foreclosures and going through evictions on a day-to-day basis. So they using this storage. As soon as somebody come out of there or whatever, and then guess what? They make so much money. If somebody don't pay their lease or like their monthly rent, or they get to auction off that entire thing. People be having assets in there, making money off of the assets and making money from these storage wars, as well as making money from monthly rent. People will sleep on these storage facilities. And I kept asking myself, why are they keep building these storage facilities? They building more storage facilities than apartments. I was thinking that. Yeah, because they already knew what time. Ain't nobody finna be able to afford no apartment. And then guess what? Because the way that the housing market is going, there it's about to be only rent for a lifetime. Because all these new housing developments are actually being bought by these places like Invitation Homes and all these other places, apartments.com and stuff. So when you got all these brand new single family homes that they're building in a community and they're being bought mainly by rental companies, then guess what? Majority of these houses are going to be rental only for a lifetime. They don't plan on selling it. And guess what? There's going to be a continuation of people getting evicted and getting kicked out or in the process of moving. So a storage facility is like one of the best things that they could. That is so smart. Yes, my ex-boyfriend said it was dumb. And guess what? We don't even have our trucking company anymore. Why? Because we wasn't smart enough to be able to put money as a safety net to the side to be able to continue on our trucking company. But the Lord working mysterious ways, I'm not even with that person no more. I'm about to be married. You understand? So, you know what I mean? Like it's and then we only went with the trucking company simply because it was a trend. Remember all these black folks was doing all these like, oh, do get into a trucking company and stuff like that. Yeah, we followed that trend. Never follow trends. Never follow trends. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. Coin laundries. People don't even think about it. Thank you. People don't even think about it. Like, um, coin laundry. Thank you. Thank you guys for the congratulations. Coin laundries is another thing people don't think about, but um, some of these people like who don't have a place to stay and that's living in different hotels and stuff and different Airbnbs. You know, a lot of these Airbnbs and hotels they do not come with a washer and dryer. And then if you're staying in a hotel and you want them to do the laundry, you got to pay for it. The laundry inside of the hotel is more expensive. So people are actually going to go to coin laundries simply because it's more affordable. And also a lot of these coin laundries, they have somebody that will actually do the laundry for you. So it's more efficient. You understand? You'll be surprised at how many people actually use coin laundries. And yeah, so that's another business I think. Yeah, I will. Yes. Can you order me the summer breeze drink? The summer breeze drink. They don't know what I'm talking about. So yeah, you got that. So these boring businesses like plumbing and electricians, and we're seeing this on every news station. Like everybody's like reposting these posts and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, when I get back to the US, y'all can sleep and build all these other businesses, but I'm finna gather my community, put out a put out a hiring flyer, and take on some interviews and ask questions. No, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm finna do some research. I'm finna go to another plumbing company, have a sit down and see what's going on and how they built. I'm gonna do my due diligence to figure out how does this work. I'm going to research. Is there certain um things like licenses and certifications that I need to have in order to be able to run this plumbing company? What are the certifications that my staff needs to have? Do I have to offer benefits? What does that look like? Now, if I have to offer benefits like health insurance and dental insurance, all that good stuff, okay, then cool. So then I need to reach out to Humana, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and all the other health insurance companies I know and see what kind of COBRA benefits can I get from my team and what does that look like on a monthly basis? And can I be able to take that out of their payroll? You understand? Like, can they be able to pay a percentage? Because in most cases, when you're working a job, you're actually paying for your insurance. So, can I offer the COBRA benefits and how many people do I need to have on payroll in order to get a certain tier of COBRA benefits? Yeah, like this ain't no for play. I'm so serious. What? Somebody seen it on the news. What? That's crazy. You know what I mean? Just a little plumbing. You know what I mean? And then all of these houses that they're building, like they need plumbing. So one of my target audiences and targeted people is going to be real estate developers. You know what I mean? You have me contract me. We come on the site. We make sure we do all the piping and all of that good stuff. Provide you with high quality piping. Yeah, you know what I mean. Why not? Same thing with electricians is gonna be the next thing. And then you know what's crazy? You got the people that's in trucking that's been driving trucks for 30 years, 20 years, 15 years or whatever. They are motivated to start their own trucking company and they actually want to like take it on their own. But the people who are plumbers, the people who are electricians, they've had these certifications for years and they don't even think about owning their own company. Why? Because they actually, maybe it's a thing because they want to focus more on doing the job and skill development. That could be a reason why. But we see it more in the trucking industry where we see more of the truckers want to do their own thing and do their own contracts and get their own contracts and all that stuff. Yeah. And a lot of plumbers and electricians, they are contractors, contract based. So I noticed that too. Yeah. So what do y'all think? I mean, what do y'all think about this? This business conversation and talk that we're having right now. What you think? 'Cause, yeah. Mm, mm. I think that it's important that we start thinking about those types of businesses that AI won't be able to come in so easily and just take. You know what I mean? Because customer service jobs is over. Over. Customer service jobs is over. Yeah. Skip, skip. Um, hey, how's it going? Good morning to y'all. I'm doing a version of venture building. Would you advise building a grant acquisition department? Great conversation today. So you're doing a version of venture building. Would you advise building a grant acquisition department? What do you mean? Department. What do you mean? I need additional information on what you're saying. I think you just used a lot of words that I'm just kind of like, what? Good morning, elegantly divine. I hope all is well. Venture building. You're doing a version of venture building. So is it an app? Like I need more additional information. And would you advise building a grant acquisition department? I don't know what you mean. And so you need to think about if you're talking about like building a website, okay, a wing to get grants for my businesses. A wing to get grants for my businesses. So a version of venture building. So are you doing like a building where people will like a physical brick and mortar? I'm confused. Is it brick and mortar? Is it an app? Is it a website? I'm confused. Because you said a wing to get grants for my businesses. So I'm actually quite confused. I need help. Help me out with understanding like exactly what it is. Um, yeah, there's a lot of like websites out here that do venture capitalist opportunities. So are you trying to do like a website that's like a venture capitalist website, kind of like the one we went over earlier, the $100,000 generator site, because that's venture capitalist too, an accelerator investment accelerator program, and then you have the grant portion of that. Or are you trying to be like, hello, Skip? Kind of confused. What other questions do y'all have? Let's keep the conversation flowing. What has been your challenges? What's going on in your business? Like, what do you need help with? This is your time to get like a free, consultation, because I like for us to have a conversation. I really do. And I do appreciate you being here with me. I love giving out free game. Listen, the game is free. The hustle is sold separately. I say that all the time. For those of you who are coming in, make sure you like the live stream so that way the YouTube algorithm can continue to push out this good information and other entrepreneurs can be able to come on in and join the business conversation. All right. Thinking, reach for the sky. Great conversation. Very straight to the point. No fluff. Thank you. Yeah, I'm very direct. I understand most of our attention spans are not like long thanks to social media. So I just have to be very direct in what I say. And then if I've grasped your attention and you've liked the conversation, then yeah, we're able to continue moving forward. I think a lot of the content these days, you guys are actually going to start to increase your attention spans, especially the younger crowd, with them watching 24-hour streams, like high Sinat streams are like 24 hours. Like, and these kids, they will sit there, and not even just kids, but there's grown people too that will sit there and have these live streams playing all day. So I've noticed that the how many people join our live streams and what my daily live stream numbers are looking like are increasing. And it's simply because people are liking live streams. You want live interaction with somebody. And also you want to be able to connect with a creator that is, that you can comprehend what they're saying. And that is definitely, like down to earth. And so you're willing to join the live streams and just like stay on, and it just kind of gives you like that that friend feel, like a person that you're friends with in real life. So yeah, I think that I've noticed that. So that's something that you guys can take in too. for when you're doing your content. If you have a product or a service, you can start doing live streams and talking about the importance of your product and services and educating people on different topics, like how I do. So yeah, and that will help generate, like, bring more people. Like Patrina does notary services. So Patrina, you can rebrand your YouTube channel and do it specifically for, and do live streams every day consistently, and just talk about the importance of notary services and how you can, what you can use notary services for, and start getting bookings and consultations. It could be like $20, $30 consultations, but that's an extra stream of income that can possibly pull you from your 9 to 5 and allow you to fully commit full time to your notary business, right? So yeah. um mhm. So Pumaka says, I will have a brick and mortar that will act kind of like a business accelerator. We build interconnected businesses from forming a ecosystem. Yeah, so why not talk about grants? Grant acquisition department will definitely be a great addition to your program. It will allow startups to feel like they still have a place in your brick and mortar, because for a lot of accelerator programs and venture capitalist opportunities, a lot of them are looking for like seasoned businesses or seasoned ideas, or people that have already invested into their ideas. So yeah. Oh, it's this that's in your way. Sorry. I'm like, your elbows all over here. Uh, but yeah, so I think having a grant acquisition department will really allow you to be very like for everybody, not just seasoned business owners and seasoned business ideas, but also for startups too. Okay, and you'll be able to provide a lot of good information, so that's really cool. I like that. Yep, I think that's a great idea. Thank you for thoroughly explaining. This is cool. This is really cool. Yeah. So when do you plan to start that? We need to know, so like people could you know be prepared for it and decide that they want to move forward. Yeah. What else do we have? Let's set up a share call with you to discuss how you and Matthew can work together and come up with a collaboration. If that's a great for you, honest, could you let us know your availability this week? And the best email is in the book. Okay, so I am available. So Thursday or Friday, and I would love uh, to do a Zoom invite or Google Meets. Okay, so do you guys watch other? I want to know this. Do you guys watch other grant creators, or like people who talk about grants? Do y'all watch other creators? And if so, who was another grant creator on YouTube that you actually watch? And yeah, just tell me, because I want to tell y'all a secret, but I don't know if y'all will know this person that they're emailing me about a collaboration. So who's another person that y'all do this with? And thank you.
So what do you think I should start this? Obviously.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so tell me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thank you. So yeah, tell me what other grant creators y'all watch on YouTube, so I can know, like, because remember, Small Business Saturdays, like I'm looking for other people to bring on and collaborate with too. Yeah. So there we go. Had to send that email back because that's a very important. I think he's a really cool person to bring on. So yeah, Joy, she's viral on IG and YouTube. Yeah, Joy Hunt. I think she's awesome. I can reach out to her and see if she's willing to do a collaborative effort with me. I think that would be really cool. Who else? Yes, Shelby. I've been unfaithful. I have been watching Coach K. Oh, I love Coach K. Me and Coach K used to DM each other when I had Instagram. I think that she was really cool. Very great personality. So yeah, she would be cool to collaborate with too. Who else y'all watching? Yeah, Joy Hunt. Have y'all ever like tried their grant writing services or tried to see like what would that be like? And I mean, I can reach out to them and email them. Let me see. Let me go to Joy Hunt. So Joy Hunt, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna find her email because I can't DM her. Right? She has like a lot of followers, but let me see. Because she recently did collaborate a collaborative video a month ago with Omar talking about make your first 100K in business. It's like beginner advice, so that's really cool. um I think that's really cool. Let me see. Yeah, I love Joy Hunt. I think she lives in Florida too, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. Let's see. I'm going to see if I can email her now. See, now you're seeing me do this in real life, in real time. Who else? And you said Coach K, and then like I'll reach out and see. So we'll see if I receive a response. I'm not sure how to. Let me see if I can email them and develop. Get your business to the bank. Bible and business. This was 2 months ago. I'm on her YouTube channel. Hopefully, I can find her. What is her email? Because a lot of times in the description they have the email there. To Linktree, her website. Okay, view email address. Wait, so it says. Okay, let me see. Okay, 1 second, you guys. I'm trying to get her email address. Who else? Do y'all watch as far as in grant writers and people who give grant information? Okay, let me info at. So let's see. YouTube collaboration. All right, and yeah, what do I want to say? We're gonna have Google AI help me develop a email. I want introduce myself as Superior Shelby on YouTube with 56K subscribers, and I do content or record content based on grant funding and how to access small business grants. I am requesting a YouTube virtual collab that would bring our audiences together to bring them a lot of grant grants help. I don't know. So right. So I am hoping she will be able. She will be open to this collaborative effort. All right, so you guys are holding me accountable. We're going to see. I'm sending her her email. All right, and this email, we'll see if I get a response. Maybe you guys can like reach out to her and Donald DM her a text or say something under one of her posts if you have her as if you follow her. Um, Mrs. Hunt. Uh, I think she's married, so Mrs. Joy Hunt. My name is Shelby Clark, also known as Superior Shelby on YouTube, where I have a community of 56,000 subscribers. My channel focuses on providing valuable content about grant funding and how small businesses can access grants. I'm reaching out to propose a virtual collaboration on YouTube. I believe that by bringing our audiences together, we can provide a significant amount of grant-related assistance and resources to many more individuals and small businesses. I am very excited about the possibility of this collaborative effort and hope you would be open to discussing it further. Please let me know your thoughts or if you have any questions. Thank you for your time and consideration. Sounds good? Sounds good. All right. So there we go. So I just sent it off. I sent it off. And then another one y'all said was Coach K. So YouTube collaboration. Great. Okay. So who else do y'all watch or do y'all follow on social media that gives you good grant information you think is a reputable source and you would like to see me collaborate with? Okay. So let's go find Coach K. Let's go find her. Let me see. Coach K. I wish I still had my Instagram because I could have just simply DM'd her, but I don't. I am on an Instagram hiatus. I've been on that for about almost a year. hmm hmm Coach K, let me see. Okay. I put in Coach K. It came up with somebody else. Coach K. Let's see. Grants. Apply for a Coach K Legacy grant. She does give out a grant. That's really cool. Um, Hosted by Business and Grant Community, Coach K University. So she has a Facebook. She has a school community, which is really cool. CoachKUniversity.com. Um, at It's Coach K. 10 months ago, she did something with JT Automations, which is cool. So let's say. Devez says, I feel like you're the only one that can be trusted. Well, there has to be like somebody else had to introduce you into this, you know what I mean? Into this. Um, Let me see. Coach K University. Okay. I'm going to see how I can find her. Let's see. You know what I love? You're about action and don't overthink think things. Motivation. That's really good. Thank you. I'm happy I'm motivating. I just want to know. So, since you guys told me, I was wondering if you guys were going to say Lesko. Sorry, Matthew Lesko. He's the guy that I think he wears like the funny, like the colorful suits and stuff. So he reached out to me about doing a collab. He emailed me and asked like if he wanted to do a collab. So I'm like, heck yeah, like why not? I'm pretty sure like he talks more about government grants, so I think that would be cool. Yeah, the guy who wears the question mark suits, yeah, that guy. hmm And he goes viral a lot on YouTube. So yes, um, so I think it's like an honor for him to like just reach out via email and just ask me like if I'm open to it. So yeah, I'm open to it. So I responded to him and said, let's have a conversation Thursday or Friday and see what we can do virtually. So hopefully he can come on Saturday on Small Business Saturdays and he can just drop some really good government funded grant gems. Like we can have like a really good conversation. And I would like to do that with other grant writers too. I feel like it's important for all of us to come together as a grant writing community and to show you that it's a collaborative effort. We all have the same mission, which is to educate you and to motivate you to go for grants yourselves or to hire us to do it for you. So yeah, we all have the same mission. And plus, I ain't in competition with nobody, like it's so many of y'all every day that's developing your grants, your businesses, sorry, that, um, you know, it's not even enough of us out here writing grants honestly, for startups. So yeah. Okay, so I found a legacy grant. Well, I need to. I'm really looking for her. I'm really looking for her email, man. Coach Kate email. I'm really looking for it. Let me see. Want to join? I can't find her email for nothing in the world. It's like Instagram or nothing. Okay, let me try Facebook. Now I can do Facebook. Um, yeah. So we're reaching out for collabs. You guys should do collaborative efforts too. Even with if you have products, you should do that. Okay, Coach K University. Okay, so she's doing a Scale Her Summit. Oh, she just did it. It was July 21st. Oh, this looks really nice. It was her and who else do I know in this thing? I have a free grant list. This is really cool. It's Coach K. It's really cool. All right, let me see if I can find her email through here. Link she has made it.net. Business council. She's in Kentucky. She has an 800 number. Um. Okay. Maybe I could just message her through here. I really have no idea. I'm really trying, y'all. I'm really trying to find this woman in her email. It's like I don't understand why this is so hard. Um. Oh, she is gorgeous. Absolutely, this is great. Um. Um. Okay, so I can't find her email. I'm even in her university on Facebook, and let me see. Let me just click on this website. Let me see if I can find it through this website link she has in her bio in the community. Yeah. So what other questions do y'all have? Y'all are watching me actually work and try to um, do some collaborations. But yeah, I'm excited to do that one. I in the back in the day I used to do collabs. Like I did collabs with Hello Skip on their platform and on mine. So you can see those old videos. Yeah. And I used to interview when I lived back in Miami, I used to interview like other business owners and startups in my neighborhood showing commitment to my community, right? So that website's not working. Um so yeah. Okay, so I don't even know how to reach out to her. I don't. I don't. Okay, let me just message. I'm gonna just message. Um, hopefully, okay. No more. Have you? Okay, so have you ever heard of Ebony Dion Esquire? I was watching her before I found you. No, but I can, interesting money and also branch. What type of business do you have? So I just like simply DM them on DM Coach K on the Coach K University page, but I'm hoping that that works. All right, so let's see if we can find Ebony. Let's see, Ebony Dion, Ebony Dion. This one. All right. Okay. Mm-hmm. She has a Patreon. Money Time with Ebony Dion. That's cool. Yes, she just did one $10,000 small business grant. Doing a lot of business. Um, Mentor with Ebony Dion. Okay, so this is cool. So let's see if she's open to doing a collab. She has a YouTube channel with 50K followers. So she's growing too. Okay, so let's see. Business startup grants, generational wealth. More. Are you tired of applying to grants with no success or don't even know where to start? I've got you. This channel helps both for-profit and nonprofit founders. Ending. Okay. She has a when your first grant today. She has a workbook. What is it? You didn't want shrimp?
Which one? I was expecting you to know
Oh, you thought it was
I
no.
didn't want
The what?
There's no cream in it, just the cheese.
Oh, you didn't add cream into it.
It's alright. Thank you.
Okay, that's fine. So she has an email address, so we're gonna email her. Awesome. So let's see, Ebony Dion. We like longevity.com. All right. It should have had the cream in it, so I think that's what's missing. You want to put salt and pepper in it? Let me try it. And at least it has this one. That's black pepper. Okay. That's you didn't want to put salt inside it? No? Oh, okay. Let me see. This is a different type of yeah, you probably should have asked if it was jollof pasta. You know, this is a bougie place. Funny thing is, there's nothing wrong with this pasta. That's how pasta tastes back at home. This is actually like pasta like linguine pasta. Hello there. Okay, so okay, so um, I just emailed her. So hopefully Ebony responds. So when Sunday comes, I'll let y'all know if these people responded, if they want to do a collab or if they don't. Okay. Anybody else you would like to see? I want to find out how I can get an African product business startup going. Well, do you live in Africa? What's your target market? Who's your target audience? And like, what is it that you plan to do? Because that's quite vague. I always recommend that you guys like travel to the place so you can learn which countries have like the best place. They have the best place for what you're trying to produce. Sorry, I'm like spit stuff in my face. You know what I mean? It depends on what you're trying to do. That's your fiance. Introducing to the fam. No, not live. No. Oh, he's already on the short video. That's enough. He's not like a person that likes the camera. No, I live in Denver. I have been seeing the African bath sponge commercials, and I want to sell those also. You know, I saw that. That's actually like a viral TikTok product. I was like, this. I buy that African sponge. I have one in the house, and it's like what? Not even 50 cents each. I was like, what? This is a thing. This is a okay. That's fine. Mhm. Mhm. You can sell them. What is your approach? Like, what do you plan on doing? It's a really hot product right now. Yeah. So, what is your approach? Like, what do you plan on doing to try to get them? Because you know, on August 1st, it's gonna be like the tariff thing again. So, how do you plan to sell them? Mm-hmm. Yeah. How do you plan to sell them? This is, to me, this is good. I don't know. It's not like the pasta at living room. That's different. But this is actual green pasta. That's very good. So, what's your approach, Benny? Like, how do you plan to get them? Mm-hmm. Okay. Dang, I forget about the tariff. Maybe that is why they have been all over TV trying to beat the deadline. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, you got to take in the tariff consideration. You got to take that into consideration. Different for me because I can just buy it and you know I'll be on my way home um, next month to Miami, so I can just bring it with me. But I also live here in West Africa, so I can just fly there, fly back, fly there, fly back. Hmm. So you gotta take all those things into consideration. That's why I said don't go with trendy opportunities. Benny, Jen Marble wouldn't that be trend chasing, not criticizing, just curious. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Right. I said earlier, but Benny just came in, so that's why it's not always good to follow trends because the companies that can provide you with those sponges most likely already have somebody on ground here that they have a special way of being able to go around the tariffs and be able to provide it, which will increase your competition because they might be able to sell it for $1 a sponge. You might have to, might have to sell it for like $13 to $30 a sponge because of tariffs. Because you are sitting at home in the U.S. when they are able to send representatives out to Africa, where they have trusted people on ground here in Africa that they can do business with. This is why you can't follow trends. You got to think deeper into ideas versus just trying to follow a trend and make some money. Mm-hmm. 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 We just talked about it respectfully. I knew you just joined. We talked about how I did a trucking company where everybody else was like getting into trucking, and then it failed. And it failed because I wasn't properly prepared. I didn't really comprehend that I needed to have certain things in place to protect myself. I was just chasing the money and the trend. So because I was doing that, my truck engine blew. Didn't have the all the money I did have in savings. I didn't have enough money in savings. But all the money I did have in savings, I had to put my driver up in a hotel, tow that truck all the way down. All that money was gone. That wasn't saving. That I was putting up from profits. And then guess what? Had to sell the trucks and trailers. I had two semi trucks. Did car hauling. Falling behind a trend. Not understanding the worst case scenario and doing my proper research. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. All right, so we've been on here for a while. Wow, we live and we learn. We live and we learn. Yeah. Don't trace trends, create them. Exactly. I like that. We live and we learn for sure. We live and we learn. So it's like, oh, it sounds good. Oh, they're selling these African trends, just these African sponges. Just like it's like everybody wants to be a content creator, but then when you try to actually turn that camera on, you get shot, and you find out it ain't that easy. Or when you turn the camera on and you've been doing it for 30 days and you didn't reach 1,000 followers or subscribers, you get demotivated and you say, oh, I don't want to do it because it's not that easy. And you find out that you have to do special thumbnails and do search engine optimization tags to make sure that you are putting your videos out there in the right spaces and targeting the right audience. When you find out all these back end technical things for content creation that you have to do in order to really, really scale, put yourself out there, you find that it is not that easy. And all that judging you was doing, oh, I could do what they do. It's just easy. They just doing content creation. It ain't that bad. Turn that camera on and try it. 6 years. It took me 6 years to get 56K. I know I have some YouTube like friends, creators. They have millions of subscribers. They had couple channels that helped them get that millions, and the couple channel actually allowed the two couples to have their own channels, and then the children that they made on those couple channels, now each child has their own channel. You understand? They funneled it. You don't understand the back end business model behind this. It's a different situation. I know people who are in the podcast spaces that have hundreds of thousands of followers, right? But it's certain platforms that serve in their favor and certain platforms that didn't. I know one girl that she's really good with like the Apple podcast place. And she has like a lot of followers. But when it comes down to Patreon, it's like a no. YouTube, no. Every platform is not for you either. So when people try to get into these spaces and try to chase trends, you find out that everything ain't for you. You gotta go with your idea, develop your idea. If you don't have an idea or you don't know how to identify that idea, then you simply get on your knees and ask God to help you identify the gifts and skills that He gave you. Because God gonna always ask you, what do you have in your hands? What do you have in your house? Just like He did the lady with the oil. And remember that? That's in the Bible. Yeah, it's a real thing. And some people don't know what they have in their house or what they have in their hands, which is His gifts and skills that God bless you with. You might be running away from that because you simply don't want to do that, forgetting that it's God's will for you, and you could be a millionaire off of these things that you know how to create. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right, but I'm gonna let you guys go because I feel like we've been on here for long enough. We've had a really great conversation. What should we talk about tomorrow? Because tomorrow is Wednesday. What should we talk about? What should we talk about tomorrow? Hmm? All right, thank you. Mhm. What should we talk about tomorrow, you guys? Tomorrow's Wednesday, middle of the week. I worked out today. I feel really good. It's been raining really bad, so I haven't been able to go to the gym. So I felt good about going to the gym today. And I'm happy about going to it tomorrow. So yeah. Drop in the chat what we should talk about tomorrow so I can get my slides ready for tomorrow. I like these conversations. I mean, and they're still like curated towards grants. So yes, the 7 steps to earlier in this live stream. Okay, we talked about the 7 steps. I get the first 30 minutes. We talk about the 7 steps and things that you need to do to prepare yourself for grants. We did that. Then we went over the 100K grant and the entire application. Then I also asked you a question, why most of y'all don't go for mentorship. So we talked about it and we continued on the conversation from there. So yeah, top no-nos for business planning. So the top no-nos for business planning regarding what? Top no-nos for business planning. So what you should not do when you are planning to start a business, I'm guessing that's what you mean. What you shouldn't do if you're planning to start a business. Am I correct? You know, I like to break it down in 7 steps because if we do anything more than 7, it might be a little bit too complicated. Reassure me. Let me know. Is it the top 7? Yes. Okay. The top. So we're going to do the top things you should not do when starting a business. Okay. Let me write this down. Let me write this down. Okay. And I have to write myself notes so I can start doing the things now. In live stream, I will talk about top 7 things you should not, capital NOT, do when starting a business. I think I want to touch on like mental. So like I want to touch on like mindset and financial. Touch on mindset. So we could do mindset, financial, no-nos, and it's no-nos and what else? I would say like marketing those, marketing. So I want to touch on mindset, financial, and marketing. And other. And starting. Okay, so cool. So I've added that as a note. I'm going to work on that while you guys work on what you're doing. This is going to be really good. All right, so I'm going to touch on tomorrow. We're going to talk about the top 7 things you should not do when you're starting a business. I'm going to touch on mindset, financials, and marketing. So marketing no-nos, mindset no-nos, because a lot of y'all think you're not worthy, okay, and not knowledgeable enough to be able to move forward, which is paralyzing you. So we'll talk about that. And financials, what you should not do, because a lot of people think that as soon as they open up a business bank account, they should be going for loans, and that's not how this works. So yeah, we'll talk about that. And I'm going to just like start working on those steps, those 7 steps. And I'll see you tomorrow. Same time tomorrow, friend. Same time tomorrow, friend. Okay. So this is going to be really fun. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. I've had fun with you all. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Turn on push notifications through my channel. Book a one-on-one consultation with me. It's $50. Super worth it. The link and everything, the description has everything that you need to know. Okay. I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right. Bye-bye for now.